people. Today we've got 4th of July. Yes, I know it's past 4th of July, but this was the best I could do since I was out of town last week. Uh, we're going to get started here, and I will tell you this is not my design. That is the design of Sydney 33 Nails. That's her set right there. I saw that scrolling through Instagram, and I hadn't come up with a plan for my own 4th of July set, so I really loved that one. So I had to steal it. So that's what we're doing. We're starting off with some Venelisa Mud Gel, and this is the nail that I'm going to be doing as the ice cream cone. Meantime, we're sitting here. It is 107 today here. I'm sitting here in my nail room melting. I literally have a paper towel in hand, and I am blotting my face off about every few seconds because it was sweat running down my face and dripping off my nose, and I cannot handle that. Have I mentioned how much I hate summer, you guys? I just really hate it now. Anyway, a little slow going with this. I did not speed up this first part. Okay, moving on. The rest of the nails are going to have a white base. Pay no attention to my trashed cuticles again. I just don't understand how I manage this every time. Now, you would think that that was happening with the e-file, but you would be wrong. That is happening with the hand file. All those little divots that you're seeing on around my cuticle area. I try to be so careful, and it just doesn't go well for me. I guess by the time I've gotten to the point where I'm doing the filing, I just want to be out of there, so I'm just doing it as quickly as I can. Okay, we're going to be curing these as soon as we do a little cleanup here. Looks like I bumped that one. I'm going to have to touch that one up. Oh, lordy, it's hot. And once we touch that up, we're going to be going in for the second coat. Now, I would have done these last week had I been here. But as you guys know, I was visiting my folks for last week, so that set me kind of a week behind on my own nails. It stinks that the 4th of July is so close to the beginning of the month, because usually I do my nails during the first week, and that did not allow for these to get posted up for the tutorial until after the fact now. Anyway, while I was out there this time, since we have had no luck keeping press-ons on my mother, we had decided that I was going to build polygel nails on her this time. Oh my God, you guys, what a disaster. First of all, I cannot work on other people very well at all. I mean, I can do my own nails because I can feel what's happening. I cannot do that on other people. I don't know how you nail techs are doing this all the time, working on other people. I hated it. Plus, my mom was complaining the entire time. All right, now, next step is going to be top coating the ice cream cone nail, and we're going to use a matte top for that. Now, I forgot to do it on the other hand, which is the one you guys usually see me working on, so that's why you're seeing my offhand. Okay, then we're going to go in with this lighter tan, and we're going to make our, I guess I want to say crossed lines for the definition of the cone. We're going to get back to my mom's whole thing in a minute, but just let's get through here first. And we're just going to make the lines, you know, the detail lines that you see on the ice cream cone. I don't even know what to call them. I'm too hot to think straight, you guys. Well, while you're watching me do these lines, after we get the lines on, we're going to use clear acrylic, and we're going to emboss those on before we cure them. Then they will get a 2-minute cure. Okay, now while you're watching me do that, so bearing in mind with my mom, Okay, I was out there because it was her birthday too, so she just turned 85. Okay, she's had rheumatoid arthritis since she was in her 30s. So she's had this for like 50 years, and her hands are very deformed. Almost none of her fingers can straighten out all the way, so they're all kind of curvy and gnarly looking. So trying to get, and I decided, like an idiot, to put her nails on using dual forms because I figured they're really short. It should be easy. It should be a piece of cake. Well, firstly, she complained the entire time, and I told her before we started, you're going to have to sit for at least a couple hours, maybe more, while I do this. Okay, fine, that's no problem. Well, during the whole time, she was complaining, how much longer, how much longer? So that was already aggravating. But anyway, so her fingers being curved and gnarly as they are, I would get the forms on there with the polygel. Everything would be nice. She would put it in the lamp and then hit the forms on the bottom, like inside of the lamp, and cause them to push up. So, which I didn't see until they come out of there, and they come out and they're all weirdly going in different directions. And I had to take off some of them and completely redo them because the nail, like the polygel cured like up off of her nail. It's like if her nail had like a trunk lid that was part way open. That's what it looked like. You could see underneath the polygel part to the nail bed underneath, and I could literally stick my whole fingernail under there. It was ridiculous. So anyway, by the time we finally got all the nails on and I got them filed and shaped to an acceptable look. Okay, we'll come back to that. Sorry. We're moving on to the ice cream cone, the rest of it. Now, I forgot to hit record when I did the red ice cream part, so you can watch me put the white scoop on there. But we're just going to mash these on. I've put a little bit of alcohol underneath before I stuck them on there, so it will help it to stick to the nail base better as the alcohol kind of melts the carving gel to, you know, and mushes it up so it will cure. It will be really tightly cured onto there. Okay, anyway, I'm just doing the shape of the around the ice cream. You know where that little rim is after they scoop it? We need to make sure we have that sticking out. Okay, then I am going to use my handy dandy push pin, some of my high-end tools here, for to make the little rough edge around the bottom of the scoop. Now, this particular push pin I happened to grab, it happens to be the one that I used to unclog my glue bottle, so you can see there's glue all over it. So we're just going to go around this whole thing until we get that rough edge around the bottom of both scoops, and then I will cure that for 2 minutes. And while I'm curing it, I'm turning it side to side so it's going to get cured all the way around. Okay, moving back to the nail story of my mom. So I get her nails on, I get them shaped up, I finally get everything looking decent. I had brought, I don't know, 3 or 4 different nude shades because she wanted a nude nail with a white French on it. Okay, no problem. So she picks out the color she wants. I get it on there. Everything's all great. Now all I got to do is get the French on. Well, I decided it was going to be quicker. I was going to try to do the French with the stamper head with the paint on it, and then just shove the nail into it and you get your French on there. I had never done it before. It looked easy. I'm thinking, okay, this will be quick and easy. I'm just going to do it like that. Which I got the French part on there. It looked fairly quick and easy, and that did look nice. However, I did not account for the fact that when you do that, polish gets under the nail too. So then I had to go and try to clean all the polish out from under the nails, and they were all like weird under there because of all the nonsense we went through to get them on there. Oh, it was a mess. Anyway, about 3.5 hours after we started, I finally got done. So she liked the nails when they were done. I'm not happy with them because, frankly, it's definitely not my best work, and I don't think they look good, but she liked them. So I guess that's all that counts, but never again. I'm never doing that again with her. I mean, it's bad enough I imagine working on somebody that knows they're going to be sitting there for a long time, and you do this on a regular basis with people. But for me, who doesn't work on other people, it was a nightmare. I don't know how you guys do it. I could not handle it. I can barely handle doing my own nails when they're attached to me. Anyway, that was part of my week last week. Oh, and by the way, the whole time I was out there at their place, it was in the 100 teens for the whole week. And all I have to say about that is thank God for air conditioning, because, oh Lord, that would have been brutal without it. Anyway, moving back to what we're doing here, I have chosen to use glitter polish for my blue and my red, as opposed to the cream colors that she had used. I don't remember if I said at the beginning of this set that I tweaked a couple of things on here. Look, my finger's shaky now. So we are going in with the red stripes on, now I'm doing them on the middle finger and the thumbs, but you're only going to see me do this one. Also, I will note that working with red over a white base like this, you really need to be careful, because sometimes if you have to wipe it off, it's going to stain the white and it's just not going to come all the way off. At least I've not ever been able to get it all the way off. So if you mess up, either you got to get it cleaned off immediately and hope for the best that it doesn't stain, or you're left with the option of wiping it all off and redoing another coat of white and starting over, or trying to paint the white in over top of the red that's not supposed to be there. Yeah, hairs in my mouth. Cat hairs too. That's another thing I hate about summer. I'm constantly sweaty, and I walk around with like a thin sheen of sweat over my entire body, and every freaking cat hair in the house has to stick to me. So I look like a woolly bear because I'm covered in cat hairs. Plus I'm sweaty and aggravated. Alright, there we go. We're going to cure that. I've done the rest of them, and now we're moving on to the drippy part that is going to be blue. This is the thing that attracted me to this set in the first place, was the way she did the flag kind of with the stripes diagonally, and then the blue running drips with the white dots. That was the main thing that I really liked about this set. I've done too many of these 4th of July sets now. I'm really having a hard time coming up with ideas for some of this stuff. Same goes for some of the other holidays. I've already done so many now that it's real hard to come up with new ideas. And I don't want to keep repeating stuff, because that's just not fun. Alright, I'm going to start the drip off with a dotting tool. I'm going to just put the dots for the bottom of the drip wherever I'm going to have them on here. And then we're just going to use our detailer brush and get the lines going up to the top, and then we'll just fill in the top with, you know, the roundy bit that it's dripping from. This is looking sloppy as I'm watching it back right now. Now I did try to put this on. I did the red rather thickly, and I'm also going to be doing this blue very thickly. So I only had to do one coat that way. I was a little leery that it was maybe going to wrinkle, but it didn't, so I lucked out on that. I really didn't want the red stripy bits to be showing through there, but the only other option was to put the stripy bits in after I had the blue on, and I did not feel that I could get them to be going neatly lined up and all nice and neat if I had to paint around the drops. So I just tried to put my blue on a bit heavier in hopes that it would cover over the red stripe. And for the most part, it pretty much did. Once you get the white dots on there too, it will help to cover over the stripes a lot more. I'm just trying to thicken this up a little bit now. And I'm just going to show you this one, and then I will do the rest off camera. Oh. Time for another wipe down on my face. Okay, there we go. We're going to cure that, which we have done. I've done the rest of them. Now we're going to use gel paint, and we're going to go in and put the little white dots, the kind of faux stars, if you will, on the drippy parts. And I'm using a very small dotting tool. This isn't the smallest one I have, but I think it's the next to the smallest one. I mean, these dotting tools too, I bought off a Wish probably a good maybe 6 or 8 years ago now. And I use these all the time for not just dotting stuff, but for other things. You guys see me use them a lot with gem glue, for putting glue onto stuff. What else do I use these for? I use them to shape things sometimes if I need something that's kind of roundy. They have like a roundy hole or a divot in it or something. I definitely have gotten my money's worth out of them. I don't even shop from Wish anymore, as you guys know. Ali is my go-to now. I tried Temu once, didn't like it. Okay, now we're just going to go in while we have the white out, and we're going to start on the sprinkles for the ice cream cones. And I am going to put white on the white, and yes, it's not really going to show up, but I mean, it's there. You can see it if you really are looking for it, but I wanted to make sure I got all the colors on both of them. Then I decided I wanted to beef these up a little bit because some of them looked a little small. If I can get my little pinky nail out of the way. Okay, now we're moving on to the red sprinkles. You can see it on the red on the red, just not very well. Same with the white on the white. And then we're going to be moving on to, you guessed it, blue. And we'll finish up with that. Then I will cure those. And we'll move on to those blank white ones. Now, I went back and forth probably with 3 or 4 different plans for those other 2 nails. And I scrapped them. Scrapped all of them. And I just decided that I was going to paint stars on with the same red and blue glitter polishes that I used on the stripy ones. On the kind of flaggy, stripy ones there. So that will be the next thing as soon as we're done with the sprinkles. And I think that's the last one. Okay, and I'm going to cure that. Okay, moving on. We're going to start off with some blue stars. Yeah, when I changed to the glitter polishes instead of the cream colored solids for 2 reasons. Number 1, I like to have I like my sparkle. I gotta have some sparkly stuff. And number 2, I did not have a nice blue that was the right color I wanted for blue. That was a solid cream one. The blues that I have tend to be on the more sheer side, and I don't know why, but I need to find me a good blue that's a cream. Anyway, so that was part of the reason I switched over to the glitter. Plus I had that red glitter that I haven't used very much, and I really like that red glitter polish. Even though I'm not a red person and I don't normally like red, I like the way the red glitter one looked. You know, working on the stars, it takes me a little finesse for me to get these on. I was pretty happy with how I finally got them to end up though. Normally I struggle with doing stars, but I think I've gotten better at it. We'll show you one more time with this one. Okay, we're just going to make like an A, but without the middle part. Then we're going to put the arms on, and then we're going to connect the arm to the opposite leg on both sides. Then what I usually do is take a blob of polish and stick it right in the middle of there, and then I pull outwards from that to get my pointy bits on there. Now often that calls for reshaping of the pointy bits, because once I get all the legs on, it doesn't always come out nicely and even, so I have to do a little reshaping of the pointy parts. Sometimes they need to be bigger, sometimes they gotta be fatter, like that one. Like that lower leg there, that's gotta be beefed up some more, just to try to get them to all look the same size and even. And then I decided that this one was going to be too bare, so I decided to put like a partial star on here. So now you get to watch me awkwardly try to paint this on here without bumping my pinky nail that's got wet polish now, and that one. Okay, then we're going to, I believe I've cured those, and now we're going to go on to the red. And we're going to do the same thing. Here, see, this one's going to have misshapen pointy bits that are going to have to get fleshed out better. This is me kind of practically feeling like I'm standing on my head here, trying to get this one on at the angle that it was. Now you're not going to see my offhand, but I'll tell you, when I was doing that one, I was so proud of how I got the stars to look on there by painting with my offhand, because usually they don't come out good. But I got them on, they looked really nice, and then I noticed the hair sticking out of the end, and as I pulled it off, it dragged through the stars and dragged, you know, red and blue all across my white. Oh, I was so furious. That was on the very last nail I was working on too. I was so mad. So I had to clean that all off, overpaint some of the white because the red and blue didn't clean off cleanly. So that was another issue. But I decided that these needed a little more of the partial stars on there, so that's what we're doing here. Trying to get them to look decent. But we're in the home stretch, guys. Not too much more to go. That one's a little wonky. I think I have to say, for hand painting stars, I think these are the best ones I've ever done so far. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're way better than they used to be. And another little bit on this one, and then we're going to be done. I will cure that here in a sec, and then we're going to be done with those. Oh wait, no we're not. Got one more over here. One more partial one to put over here where we got a big blank spot. Oh, the awkwardness. Part of the problem too is the rest of those are still wet, so I have to be careful. And my index finger is wet. Polish on there. All right, I think we're ready. Okay, I've cured those, and here we are in the home stretch top coat. Woohoo! And I'm using my tempered top coat for these. We're gonna be doing all of them except the ice cream cone now, which is not getting any top coat. It is what it is at this point. But we're just gonna give these guys a nice liberal coat of top coat. I think I actually managed to keep my nails from getting horribly misshapen this time too. There, see, I've got shaky fingers going. It's a good thing I was just about done. And a little bit of cleanup before we give them the final cure. And I think I bumped that one, or there was a hair. Something was on there that I had to redo over it. And then it's going to go in, hopefully. And a little more cleanup. Sorry for my arm. And there we go. We're finally done. I hope you like this set. I really thought they came out cute. I like them a lot. If you like them, please give me a like. I'd really appreciate it. It does mean a great deal to me. And if you want to see more, I upload a new tutorial every Saturday. So stay tuned. Not sure what I'm going to do next week. It's going to be a surprise for both of us. So stay tuned and find out. I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys had a safe and happy 4th. Enjoyed time with your family and the fireworks. Okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.